I could start it up. Actually, let's do that. Oh! Spoiler's coming off, badges are coming off. Back of the car's gonna get a bit of a buff. I'm always changing things to the last minute, like a builder's house is never finished right. So the discount code you need to use is we are taking the Mercedes to road around the panel and paint so we can get a tail light fixed. They can remove the spoiler and take the badges off so we can get the car wrapped.
All right, all right, all right.
This spoiler's coming off, these badges are coming off, and then we'll get them replaced once the wrap goes on. Now this tail light here, you can see there's a little bit of water in here. Now that's been like that since we brought the car. I'm not here to throw shade, we're just getting it fixed because the dealer didn't want to come to the party. We let them know that the tail light had an issue. As soon as we bought the car, they didn't want to know about it.
Not today.
So we've gone out of our way, purchased a new tail light for ourselves. So these tail lights are not cheap.
Well, that's a business expense, isn't it?
The tail light has turned up, so we're going to take it to Road Panel and Paint. Those guys are going to fit it for us, take the badges off, take the spoiler off and give the boot a bit of a buff. So we've arrived at Road Panel and Paint and I'm talking to the camera, but I forgot to turn the mic on here. Common problem. But here we are talking about the spoiler, the badges, and that other black line down there that I'm about to touch, that's coming out too. And we're going to get that painted. And then obviously they're changing that tail light over, which we've already talked about in this video. So we'll leave it with them and then we'll come back and check up on it in a couple of days. We've arrived to pick up the Mercedes. They had it overnight. Took the spoiler off. I haven't actually looked at it yet. Let's see what it looks like without that spoiler on. Definitely needs to clean all that dust from racing it on the track the other day. And just like that, we've got the rear spoiler off, this bit off, the badges are all off, it's been buffed, new tail lights in, but I've been told there's a little bit of damage behind this tail light. Bait! It's going to need next week, but we'll need to bring it back here so we can get the tail light damage in behind there sorted, so we can get that fitting perfectly, because at the moment it doesn't quite fit right. Once we get this home, I'll then show you our other new vehicle that we purchased. I actually used it today, so I probably should have filmed it, but I just want to get the job done. It all makes sense once you see what we've brought. Last week we told you we're going to show you a new vehicle, and well, I'm looking at it right now. I was going to show you some footage of me doing a job on it here at home, but I already did that and I totally forgot to film it. I just wanted to get out, get the job done. Well, I could start it up. Actually, let's do that. We'll start this vehicle up for you. Now, it hasn't been started for a couple of days. You'll probably be able to tell straight away by the way I got on it. So it hasn't been started for a couple of days. So let's start her up and see how it sounds. Oh. It's, for what it is, it's a powerful wee ride on. This is it here. So we've picked ourselves up a Honda HF 2625 ride-on lawnmower with a 48-inch cutting disc. So obviously we've got a lot of yard out here, and I don't want to use a push mower. We used to get a mower man come out every couple of weeks and mow the lawns, but I got a bit pedantic and wanted to get the lawns mowed more than once a week. So especially in the summertime, these lawns grow, but we got this done, I think it was on Thursday. We give this a bit of a clean up, tidy up. Yeah, and then obviously here, we can't mow here just yet because we're still waiting for that grass to come through. That's the reason why that's like that is because if you didn't watch the episode a few weeks ago, we had Phil from South and Higher come tear out all the bushes and everything that were there, and we've since seeded it up and the grass is slowly coming through. I could have done a really nice, cool little spiel of me whizzing the mower out. Actually, we could still do that. That's probably less than ideal for the warranty. Probably should stop doing that now. Now this mower, I thoroughly enjoy riding this mower. But yeah, back to the video. I'm always changing things to the last minute. Like a builder's house is never finished right. like a media or marketer person never has their content on point. They always mess it up. There's always something wrong. And obviously when we do graphic design and everything, I'm always second guessing. So we've redesigned the whole wrap on this car 3 times already. If you're coming to our event this year, you're gonna get about 8 to 10 hours of cruising. We're still yet to finalize the final schedule for what's gonna be happening at the event, but there's roll racing, there's drifting, and then there's cruising with your mates around the track. And on the Saturday, if you're a VIP competitor, you can get out on track from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. and cruise to dusk. And then obviously come back the next day, get out and enjoy the normal Sunday activities. We'll start with cruising, bit of roll racing, bit of drifting, back to cruising, bit more roll racing, bit more drifting, and then we'll end on another large cruise session. We are gonna be having our pace car, the Merc. Once it's wrapped, obviously we'll show you guys that. We won't hold the wrap out on you for too long. We'll show you that before the event because we're offering up hot laps in the Mercedes. So some spicy hot laps in that Mercedes once the vehicle wrap is on. Our track manager at HPTO Fest is actually a race car driver, and he's going to be driving our pace car at a couple of sessions where we're going to offer up seats to the public for a price. So in a couple of weeks, I think I even said this in the last video, in a couple of weeks, or just before the event, we're going to drop a video, let you know the prices and open up some booking slots so you can get in this Mercedes and go for a lap around the track. And I did have this out at Tiratonga a couple of weeks ago, and I had a blast, and everyone we took for a ride loved it. There was no bad feedback, and we want to obviously offer up those spots and slots for you guys to get yourself in that car and cruise around the track with our track manager.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
We actually had the car out there, and I was driving for Drive a Dream. So it's an event put on by the East Invercargill Rotary team, and they are actually going to come on board this year and help us a little bit with our events, so we're not taking away our personnel from important areas. So those guys will look after our parking, and they'll also look after our track crossings, because the unfortunate thing about Tiratonga is that it doesn't have a sky bridge and it doesn't have a tunnel. What? One thing I don't really talk about is our hats. We've also got a bunch of these hats as well as our HPTO hats. We really need to get an online site going, but I don't know if you guys like or want our merch. So we've also got a bunch of keyrings. I've actually got one in my pocket here. We've also got a bunch of keyrings in a bunch of different colors. I think this is like our 3rd drop of these. Our logo changed on these ones, but currently we've got green. I'll just get them for you. So these are the 3 keyrings we've got on offer at the moment. You'll be able to pick some of these up at our event or any of our events. So we've got the white, we've got the, whatever you call this, the beige color, and then the turquoise color. And also the HPTO hat I was talking about earlier, this is what we got as well. So these hats will be available at the event or any event really, so I have merch there. If you guys want us to have a merch tent at our event, we'll do that. We've just got to get a whole bunch of stuff printed. So we'll probably just do t-shirts this year. Last year we did hoodies, they sold reasonably well. We've only got large sizes left. So if you're actually after a hoodie, let me know in the comments or send us a message and we'll get you some merch sorted. So if you're ever after any of our faded merch, you see anything you want, send us a message. And this year we're also going to have stickers available. We did tell you we're going to have 2 vehicles by the end of January, but unfortunately the first vehicle and the only vehicle we got delivered and picked up in January was the Merc, which the camera's already sitting on, so we're using it as a tripod. And that second vehicle, still not ready. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, we can have it for our event, because ideally we need it for our event, and it's not that special. But we did obviously end up with 2 vehicles for the end of February, and that second one being that lawnmower. And that's something we'll use here at home to mow those lawns and keep our yard looking tidy. That's pretty much it for this week on Faded. Bit of a boring episode. We told you, if you wait around to the end, we'll tell you a discount code so you can get 10% off your entry, regardless if you're entering at the early bird pricing or if you're entering at the normal pricing once the early birds finish on the 6th of March. So the discount code you need to use is SPICY, S-P-I-C-Y. That's right, use discount code SPICY, capital letters, and you will get a discount at the HPTO Fest.